No longer only about tennis as Alex Eala deals with her new normal. Alex Eala keeps everything in perspective as she deals with her growing following and stature as the nation's emerging sports heroine. Instead of a W, Alex Eala walked away from her Australian Open debut with a different letter altogether. A U for understanding. Understanding where she stands, not just as a 20-year-old competing in one of tennis' biggest stages, but as the first Filipino to carry the weight of expectations of a nation largely unfamiliar with the ways of tennis at its highest level. From the long queues for tickets to the packed Court 6 at Melbourne Park, where Eala suffered a tough 6-0, 3-6, 2-6 loss to American Alycia Parks, despite opening with a bagel, the support for her was, in her own words, overwhelming. It spilled onto social media as well, with clips of her Australian Open journey drawing massive views and interactions before, during, and after match day. The World No. 49 admitted the experience was a double-edged sword, particularly with the outpouring of support from Filipinos based in Australia. It was so heartwarming, and I think that's one of the things that made the loss a bit harder, Eala said. A lot of people are rooting for me. I hope the support continues through the losses and the wins. Just the fact that everyone came out and really squeezed into that cozy court, I really felt the love, and I'm super thankful. Like Eala herself, her fans are new to the environment, with majority of them only drawn into the sport only because of Eala. At Melbourne Park in the game against Parks, crowd reactions came at inopportune moments, enthusiasm oftentimes crossing the lines of tennis etiquette, with some netizens going as far as labeling the scenes as unruly. Local media reported long lines at the venue, prompting tighter security measures as organizers worked to manage the influx of supporters. Sydney Morning Herald journalist W Alex captured the phenomenon in a feature that dubbed Eala a national hero, written after witnessing a well-attended practice session by the Filipina ahead of her AO main draw debut. A video posted by Alex Eala showed a long queue of fans waiting to get in, hours before Eala even stepped on court. Even the Australian Open's official X account was forced to acknowledge the situation on Twitter and promise to do better in handling the surge of support. All of it is new. The growing attention has inevitably prompted comparisons between the young star and boxing legend Manny Pacquiao, whom Eala has cited as one of her inspirations growing up. The modest Eala, however, was quick to brush off the parallels, saying she and her following are nowhere near the level of the 8-division world champion. Hindi naman ganoon. Iba naman si Manny Pacquiao. I think nasa abang level na sila, Eala said in a report by Rain Cabral of Masterplan Australia via ABS-CBN Global. I mean, naalala ko kapag may laban sing Manny, talagang parang bakasyon yung mga tao, hindi pumapasok. Tapos yung buong pamilya, nasa bahay, may lechon, may popcorn. So sa tingin ko, medyo malayo pa ako. Yet for Eala, the Australian Open was less about milestones and more about perspective. I'm the only Filipino who's in the draw right now, and who's ever been in the draw, she said. I'm nowhere near the leads of the greats like Djokovic, Sabalenka, and Alcaraz. I have so much respect for them. But I'd like to think I have a following for a reason, and I'd like to think that the impact I've had in the platform I've built has a positive impact on certain demographics. My demographic, one of the things I can reflect on for Philippine tennis. Learning, she said, will come with both wins and losses. It's a process to take it all in. Some elements are overwhelming, but I'm still young, and I'm learning how to deal with the attention, she added. Back home, the ripple effect is already visible. Tennis courts are harder to book as more and more people, young and old, both serious and weekend warriors, take up the game, no doubt inspired by Eala's exploits. In a week's time, the Philippines will host its first ever WTA 125 tournament, a milestone that signals another beginning, both for Eala and her home fans. That would be a learning curve, too.